about it, and then it was like so shit when it ended. Dude, it's like triggering me right now because like after in the manga, like after where the first season of the anime ended, like that was like the next. It was like super good for like a good 2 arcs, and then it just kept like shitting the bed, and then they made like a terrible anime for the second season. I was so mad.
And then you watched Game of Thrones end. Oof.
Dude, it was honestly
It was
That's
like the worst
rough.
time in
Actually,
television history
I
for
don't
a
know.
while. God,
We watched that shit real time, and we were mad.
Dude, I remember going into work on Mondays just to talk about the episodes.
Oh,
I
we were
remember,
so
Well, you
bad.
know, and sometimes they say like time heals all wounds. It does not.
No,
It does
dude,
not.
I
vindicates
remember
us in this
there
case.
was
Yeah, it's making it even worse. It's
I,
just
tr-
like, yeah, that
I
was
tried to
terrible.
Game of
rewatch
Thrones.
it. I had to stop around 6. I couldn't keep
It
going.
was so bad.
No way.
That's
I did
what I
watch.
always tell people. It started around season 6 because that was whenever
No,
they had like one episode.
It was season
about
5, dude.
It was season 5.
Season
It
5 was
definitely
the bad
season 5.
pussy. Like that's how you know that it really went downhill.
And like season 6, it was like, okay, this is getting like pretty rough. Like there was still some good episodes. There were some that I was like, hell yeah, that was awesome.
Sure.
Battle
But
of the
then
Bastards.
then by the time we got to 7, I was just like, these all suck. I hate all of this. I remember, yeah, because we would all sit and bitch about it at work for like hours. We would just sit in one of our cubicles and all bitch about Game of Thrones.
How much they butchered it.
And about how they could do a better story. Oof.
Simpler times.
D&D though.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, speaking of a good story, thank y'all for being understanding last week. I had like the strangest like sickness bug. Every day I had like a different symptom, and on y'all's day it was fever. So yay. But we're fine now.
I'm glad you're feeling better.
Thank you. Definitely much better. So it's been a week break, but let's try and recap what happened last time, if we can kind of remember. What are
my bad.
You what?
I was just talking to myself. I ain't pulled no damn. I didn't pull the notes up yet.
We had to navigate dropping venom into a pool after the guards harassed us for not doing it.
Yep. We came up with a pretty elaborate scheme.
You did. Yeah. You were confronted pretty quickly about not paying your tribute by arriving at the city, and so on your feet you kind of had to come together to come up with a way to pay tribute that you did not have, which turned out to be venom, which clearly none of you can produce. But you thought quickly on your feet and escaped detection and paid your tribute of black gold. Speaking of gold, Aslos, what did you do after all this happened?
Aslos forgets. What did I do?
Does anyone else remember?
He went to the currency exchanger.
You kind of did.
Yeah,
well, you bought stuff.
Yeah.
First you went exchanged, and then you bought stuff to see how much it was actually worth.
Mm-hmm.
The cool little indigo people.
And,
like all your money.
Then I tried to see how much it was worth. So I went and I went to buy. Did I buy food from one of the guys? Or I don't even know.
You're broke, man. You don't know, Riz.
Yeah,
like
you're.
Yeah. He had me the esophagus, like the long ass, like esophagus or something. Right?
The long tubes. So you really.
Yes, that's right.
Don't feel much closer in ascertaining the value of what you just obtained, but you have a lot of whatever it is. You have a lot of Sezos, is what you.
Yes.
But they are fine Sezos. You could you kind of tell that these are high quality.
Yeah. I wrote it down. Here we go.
47
go ahead.
is what I got. And then 79 of the. What's the other one? What's the
shekels
one that we got?
Shekels.
Yeah.
You traded one Z's. You paid one Zizos for all that, or for like 4 of those tubes, and you got back 78 shekels. He also
Right.
remember he was all like he thought you were investigating him, like you were like a functionary.
Yeah.
Or
He thought I
something.
was with and then I played him by going along with it. But what guild? What did he think I was a part of? He's part of. He thought it was like. What did he call them? I thought it was like High Council, like judging him or something like that.
Yeah, something to that effect. I think that you would kind of interpret to be like essentially like an efficacy board. Like,
Right.
was he trying to swindle you? Which I think would be a surprise to all of you. And so that's kind of where the session ended. But y'all were also a bit in discussion about what you wanted to try to do in the next session, which is now. But I actually, thinking about it more, I think I'd actually like to try and do that in character, in game. So we can have y'all talk it through a little OOC, but in character, because I think both you out of character and then also you in character probably need that conversation to happen to get a little refreshed. So barring that, does anyone have any questions or anything that they want to clarify before we hop in? Okay.
Can you set? Or I'm sorry. Yeah, I was just gonna ask you to set the scene of where we're at currently because I forgot.
Yeah, absolutely. I can definitely do that.
Also, Jari summoned a demon at the beginning of last session.
Yes. Yes, he did.
I want to make sure we didn't forget about him.
And go ahead, Jaryu, and paint that scene for all of us. What did Jaryu experience?
Oh yeah, I saw it on. Now I remember.
Yeah. So he grasped the amulet and rubbed it like a genie or broke it. I forget what he did with it. But Jin was sneakily awake to see a monstrous 20-some foot tall. What was it, like a goat demon? What was the demon? Was it?
Yeah, I'll show you the demon again.
Was it Baphomet?
I don't think I got to see it the first time.
Oh well, then you know what? I'll just share the whole dump for y'all. You summoned Baphomet, the demon lord of Minotaurs and the prince of beasts.
Yes.
Oh,
there you go.
And he was super nice. We had a civil and cordial conversation about a deal that he was going to do for me to retrieve some tools from the Shadow Realm in exchange for the amulet. But he also conditionally wanted to have control over the Shadow Realm, provided his armies from the Abyssal Plane could take over the Shadow Realm. If I'm remembering all that correctly. But Jari doesn't care.
Yeah, no, essentially he called dibs on the Shadowfell, which has cataclysmic results for the planes, but for Jaryu has very little results. So really a win-win. He gets his shit back from the Shadow Plane, and Baphomet gets to try to conquer a whole new layer of the Abyss. So what's not to love?
And I like to think that Jin has no idea the consequences that are actually cascading because of this. So I just think it's fine. Like, whatever. Who cares about that? Whatever.
Yeah. We'll be dead.
I think Jaryu would be in the exact same boat.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. No. There's a universe out there, a parallel universe somewhere, where we play through the campaign of the cataclysmic events that have just now unfolded in a demon arc, because there's enough there for it.
Level 20, baby.
I got the skull.
Yeah, and Jin could directly intervene. So yes, that is kind of cooking in the background. Jaryu's kind of awaiting an encounter, basically back from Baphomet to deliver what he was promised. And yeah, no, thank you for bringing that up. I did forget that happened last session. Okay, if that's everything, then let's go ahead and drop in. And I will paint the city a bit, not the city, the scene for you.
Oh, wait, one quick question. During the offering we did last time, we said some like some password, right, or like a prayer. What was that prayer?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that was
Let me see if I typed it. Oh, there was also a whole nother part that I kind of forgot about.
Sacrifice.
Yeah. Talk to me about the
Not even a
sacrifice.
sacrifice. It was just an execution. It was just like a bloody execution. Yeah, they didn't sacrifice them for shit. They were just like, I'm gonna rip your belly open, I'm gonna chop your head off, I'm gonna stab you 8 times.
Oh yes.
Yeah, it was just a horrible. Yeah, it was a horribly gruesome event that the group of you witnessed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
the applause with the
yeah, everyone hissed and applauded.
Yeah, that was fun. Everybody playing along.
Oh, you're doing the hiss. I thought somebody was making that noise, and I'm like, that has gotta stop.
Yeah, someone mute their mic.
That's funny. Yeah, I did kind of forget about that. Yeah, that was horrible, and y'all had to witness that. Okay. So, right now, the group of you are in the same kind of large square that you were in previously. This is after the execution has taken place, and you are now remaining in that that same plaza of sorts. There are people, or I should say, 1T, wandering about, kind of milling about, and no one is paying you too much of mind. You can see kind of off, maybe 100 feet away or so, the Black Temple, where you provided your sacrifices, and far off in the distance you can see the very large, beautiful serpent statue, in front of which the sacrifices were held. And so you've kind of distanced yourself from that, but like I said, you're still in that same large plaza that kind of contains all of these noteworthy landmarks. You could tell that in its prime, and in Grand City's prime, this was probably the home of the Grand Market, a especially large bazaar and farmers market that stretched about a football field's length. Whereas now, it is home to these grotesque locations.
So the only question I'll ask about this is, would we, by the sense of knowing the market, where the market is, have an idea of where the arcane college is that we need to go?
I would let you roll history checks to try to remember, but I don't think any of you are familiar enough with Grand City to just off the dome know, okay, we need to go there.
Wait, I'm pretty sure Ventus' backstory is I ended up in Grand City for right before we met that one.
You can have advantage then.
Oh, let's don't eat it.
I never do history checks.
Already got it.
Oh yeah, wow.
Boom.
Perfect, yeah. So the two of you would be familiar. You're in the Grand Market, you believe. And so the Arcane College wouldn't be far from here, perhaps maybe a 20-minute walk south in the city.
And what's the general scene in that direction?
Mostly more buildings. You can imagine that there's a kind of a main drag, like a Broadway type street that runs vertically through through the Grand Market. And so essentially what you would be doing is taking the Grand Via, if you will, south out of the market and follow it down until you kind of reach the block where the Arcane College is.
Okay, so as Jin, I kind of gauge, just looking around at the architecture and buildings and any other kind of landmarks I can tell from the old Grand City, and try to confirm with Ventus if we think south is the right direction to go.
I'll just give him a nod. I'm not as sure as he is because everything looks super different, but I'm just it seems right.
And then I tell the group that, and not that we should necessarily go that way, but that is the direction we need to head, and we've got to decide how.
Yeah, I mean,
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Yeah, we should just do it. We get eyes on it today, and if we can get in there today, we get in there today. But
Are we just gonna like stroll by, or?
Yeah, we're not gonna try to get in. We're just gonna look at it, talk again. Right?
Yeah, just like a nice stroll around the arcane college.
Yeah.
Is it like pretty populated?
Yeah, as the group of you head down the Grand Via, this major road I think would be pretty populated. This city now, it's not as populated with 1T as it would have been like with humans in its prime. Grand City would probably be one of the largest cities in all of Malnova before it was conquered. Imagine like a fantasy New York City, if you will. So it's not that filled out with 1T, but at least kind of in the major areas like the Grand Market, like the Grand Gate, the Grand Via, it would still be populated enough to feel like a city, right? I think as you would walk, you would kind of feel and put together through watching what you're seeing, is that it's kind of half city, half fort. There are just what appear to be like civilian 1Ts here, but it also, I think, would be noticeably militaristic. A lot of like soldiers, ranking officials would also be here, which I think to the group of you would make sense considering kind of what it's being used for and how it was acquired, right? I think that it would have a very different feel, obviously, than like Von Rieg, where it's mostly just civilians kind of milling about. This doesn't feel nearly as lackadaisical. There's not nearly as many like 1T just kind of window shopping. Everyone kind of has a purpose here, which falls in line more with its military strategicness. And so after about 20 minutes or so, I think that the group of you would begin to see the Arcane College off in the distance. It's positioned in a way on the Grand Via to where the road, when you look south, it is kind of framed in the road's opening. Kind of the same way that like a downtown might situate their city hall or their old courthouse in a way where it's featured at the end of a road. The Arcane College is displayed in a similar fashion. And the group of you that were here the first time would immediately recognize just like this kind of view of it, right? That has not changed. You can see the spires coming up from the Arcane College, the large bell tower, and the small walls that encircle it to create the Arcane Campus. I would say that now, as you view it, it's maybe a 5-minute walk south, but easily visible.
I get flashbacks as we just walk up to it. I'm just like, dang. I remember when we like snuck into that place.
I do not get any flashbacks.
I think for the first time, like maybe not the first time, but like the hardest time for sure, Jen's really starting to feel guilty about like he really kind of caused all this. He didn't mean to, of course, but like that's just kind of what happened.
Hey, dude, we were level 1 back then.
I don't think that you would be able to look at the Arcane College and not feel a sense of a butterfly effect whenever you look at it.
Especially now that the Archmage actually knows, because before he's always been in the dark until pretty recently, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
That'll be interesting.
I mean, if we're close, y'all want to spread out a little bit?
Yeah, kind of just be inconspicuous.
Yeah, and just circle it. Like I'll head to the left. Some people head right.
Yeah, just mosey, like completely unorganized and different paces.
Yeah. And yeah, maybe you kind of split into 2 groups and just begin to see what you see. And as you look to see what you see, You can see that the Arcane College is certainly in a state of disrepair. It has slowly become overgrown and is beginning to fall apart slightly. Wooden shutters have either fallen or are hanging by the rotting wood that hasn't been maintained. You can see windows that have been blown out from either storms or negligence. You can see that the courtyard in the center of the Arcane College has been filled with military supplies and provisions. It has been fully transformed from an institution of higher learning to a military installment. And you can see that surrounding its perimeter, it's really no different. There are several armed Wanti guards standing at any entrance point into the Arcane College's courtyard to access the main door inside. Despite this, you can see that Wanti are freely passing inside and out from it. The guards are not prohibiting anyone from entering, but more so like guards would stand at the front of perhaps like a museum. They're watching the people heading inside and leaving it. And actually, I would like for everyone to roll me a perception check as you just kind of watch for the guards just to see how they're behaving, what they're doing, and the people that are the Wanti, that are drifting in and out from the college itself. I think all of you would notice that there aren't necessarily a lot of civilian Wanti coming in and out from the building. They mostly seem to be either armed or armored or both. You're not seeing like a lot of merchants heading inside of the college. The college seems, from all of your perception, as you kind of maybe make a one lap around the building, you feel pretty firmly that this is securely a military building, not a public space.
So, what if I just like kind of go in there and try to scout as one person?
I just give him a nod just to, while we're here.
Like, I think is way less conspicuous than a group of people.
Yeah, I agree.
100%. I'll keep looking on this backside.
I'll have my stone on me, so just keep quiet unless I call you.
And to give y'all a 2D look at this building and kind of what you're seeing here, I'll give you a drawing. It's mostly structured just in a square, like this, and then like that. So here would be like the inner courtyard. There would be a gate here that you can pass through underneath, like a wall of sorts with a portcullis that can be lowered and pulled up. And then here would be the main door inside, which you can actually see like right here.
Where are we standing right now?
And so I imagine that as the road kind of comes down here like this, and then the road also kind of comes around like that. So I imagine that y'all got to maybe like about there and then kind of circled around. Yeah, and then met back up here.
In all of our time observing, how many people would you say have entered?
A good number, maybe 7 or 8. It's not like one person. Like I would say that there's like a pretty steady stream of people kind of coming in and out.
And each one is like doing so freely, not being questioned each time someone approaches. Okay, yeah. So I think it's a good idea for me to just go take a peep and see what the situation is. But if
Okay.
anyone objects, I'm down to talk about it.
Just be don't overinvest, right? Just
just a quick peep, just in and out.
Yeah, you got it.
And 1T Jen, you head into the center of the courtyard, past several 1T guards who look at you. They watch you enter, but they don't stop you. You can see that there are several guards standing by this entry staircase here. This is kind of the main entrance to the building. And as you step up the staircase into the building, they also do not stop you. They watch you. You can see their large weapons. They carry pole arms, but they don't stop you as you head inside.
And while I'm walking in, instead of trying to look nonchalant, I'm actually looking around as if I don't know where I am and not sure if this is where I'm supposed to be.
Okay, that works. And you head inside.
Oh.
Whoa.
Oh, damn.
When you head inside, Jen, the atmosphere inside of the building is drastically different. You can see a ghostly shadow of what the college once was. And I think in a way it would almost sadden you. What once used to be a beautiful spiral staircase heading up to the upper level is now almost in an unusable shape. You can see that this chamber has been filled almost in the same way that your spawning pool has been. It's filled with a large layer of kind of a toxic sludge that is dripping from banisters, and gives the entire chamber a damp, mildewy smell. You can see the sheen of this black slime all over, as light filters in from the windows. You can see situated near the door, up against a wall to your left, is a large desk. I think that you would be able to put together that this desk existed when the college was under its former operation, but now it has become kind of banged and bruised. And sitting at the desk is a 1T. You can see that there are several guards in this little atrium as well. To give you another kind of 2D view of what you're looking at, because I know this picture doesn't paint the whole picture. There's a small entryway, which is where you are, like this. Here's the desk that I referred to, and then the large chamber, like this.
Okay.
You can see on your right-hand side is a door that kind of, you would presume, leads like to a hallway of sorts, and then here would be like this staircase leading to the upper level, kind of deal.
How many guards can I see posted?
You can see right here in this little atrium that you're in, probably 2 or 3. 2 near the desk and 1 near the door.
And like in the main room itself, am I able to see like a bunch of military or presence, or
you're able to see movement occurring, but I don't think you would be able to identify. It doesn't look as though there's posted guards. There's more just, you can see 1T kind of moving back there.
And like a lot of them, like a fairly populated building.
Yeah, fairly populated. Probably not to its full size. Like it's not filled like it would be again. Kind of like the city. It's not to capacity by any means, but it's not like 1 or 2. I'd say you probably see 6 or 7 1T going from place to place. You don't really know where or why they are going, but there's definitely activity in the atrium.
And like all of this is in a real quick scan as I'm entering.
Sure.
I take all that in, and I think, if I'm remembering correctly, there's the staircase up, which went to like the Archmage's chambers and stuff where we did the book shenanigans. But the chamber where we went eventually to the portal was in this room, but downstairs, right? Like, am I correct about that? And can I see the staircase down?
I think if Kyle can remember that, then Jin can remember that.
Yeah.
And so, yes, you try to quickly scan for a way downward, because you are correct. To get to that chamber, you had to go down. You can, as you just quickly scan, you can see that this atrium has several different kind of entry and exit points. There are several doors that come off of it. Obviously, the grand staircase that leads upwards. But I think that the downward entrance that you're looking for, you presume to be behind one of the doors, kind of on the ground level.
Okay. So I enter, look around like that, and instantly decide this isn't where I was supposed to be, and just turn around without even talking to any of the guards and walk out.
Do you give me a performance check
Easy.
as you kind of bumble in.
With
I
advantage.
would like to imagine if you had a phone, you would pull it out and look at it real fast and be like, oh. An excellent performance check, as you really tried to sell the fact that you realize this is not where I'm supposed to be, as you kind of turn on your heel and exit back into the courtyard. And
I'm gonna walk up to like the first guard I see that I passed and like tell him, new in town, looking for mess hall.
And
Can you assist?
when you say that, the guards kind of look at each other, and you watch the Wanty kind of flick his tongue at you.
I flick my tongue back.
Yes, you are in the wrong part of town. You want to continue down this road, deep, until you reach a market of sorts.
I flick my tongue twice and start heading that way.
And you can kind of feel the heat of their gaze on you. They don't stop you or anything, but you know that you are being watched as you leave the courtyard and reach the road once again. And as you circle kind of behind, you would reach your party. Now,
I don't even like meet up with them right away. I make sure I'm like blocks away before, and then I like changing.
Kind of double switch back.
Well, also like changing my Yanti shape multiple times, like between each block.
Clever. Okay. Yeah. No, that works. You take some time to get back. Party. What are you doing as you wait for Jin to return?
As I walk around this like block, like around the college or whatever, I want to just look for like blind spots or like weaknesses in like the defense they have posted up there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, go ahead and roll me perception checks. For anyone that's trying to kind of scope out this building itself.
Are we still in earshot of the musician?
Yeah, well, sure. We'll say that there is a one-team musician pedaling. It is far enough away now to where you can't necessarily see the musician as you've walked past it, but you can definitely hear its strange sitar-like instrument, kind of noisily plucking, and
yeah, I'm distracted.
The music is kind of ringing out a little bit.
I'm kind of just like bobbing and weaving a little bit with my neck.
Yeah, the music is strange, but not bad, just different.
Wow. While people are like looking at the structure, I'm just like watching like guards and people that go in and out to see if they're like on schedule.
Sure. Go ahead and roll me an insight check as you kind of watch for that. And for Fail, you and Ventus, as you're trying to scope out the building itself, I think that both of you, especially you, Fail, would kind of notice maybe some frustrations that the Wanty have had with this building, since it is not originally intended to be a military installation. It doesn't have any kind of ramparts, no catwalks. You can even see in some locations where the Wanty tried to shoddily build platforms to which they could actually scout upon, but they weren't able to successfully do it. So there are no like posted archers of any kind. because this building just simply doesn't support something like that. So I think the two of you would kind of realize that the only type of guardsmanship that this building is under is the ground patrol that you see posted at the entryways. Azos, you would notice as you watch it and then time it after watching it, that a guard patrol makes the round around the building once every 5 minutes. 2 guards make like a lap around the building, because the backside, which we'll call the south side here, doesn't have a routine posting. There's no one standing guard on the south side because there's no entryway in the south side. The only entryway is on the north side of things. There's only one way in and out of the courtyard from street level.
And I'm telling like everybody this as like I hear like
Sure.
as I discover it. We think Jin's okay.
I would, if I were to bet, I'd think he's okay. He'd let us know if something was wrong in some way.
And are you walking out right now, Jin?
At this point, I should be on my way back.
Okay.
Out of game, of course.
Yeah. Y'all are just kind of waiting. Is anyone else doing anything while you wait? No is an okay answer. I just don't want to miss you.
Oh, just distracted.
As we're like preparing to figure out what we're gonna do, I'm gonna cast the third eye.
Okay.
And I'm gonna have see invisibility, which lasts until I'm either incapacitated or take a rest.
Nice.
So I can see invisible stuff within 10 feet of me.
Okay. Very nice.
And I have a third magical eye above, like on my forehead.
Is it visible?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Creepy.
Good to know.
It doesn't look like
Okay.
my normal eyes. It's like blue and like all different.
Right. Magical.
The
And
guards.
now, go ahead.
The guards that we see like patrolling, how do they look strong at all, or like can we gauge what kind of their fighting strength is?
Oh, I have ability for that.
Oh.
Yeah, fighters have that, or some fighters have that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll check these guys out. I mean, it's kind of lame though. I wish I could use it for like the building instead. It's I can pick something. So what do you what do you want to know about them? Strength, AC, hit points. What are you thinking? How strong they are?
Yeah, what's their like
Hit
threat
points.
level to us?
Yeah, threat level midnight.
I'm trying to find where it's at though. Yeah, there you go. Know your enemy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
It's only if it's lower than mine. It better be.
Mhm. Yeah, as you kind of scope out these guards as they make another round past, Azos kind of alerts you to know another patrol is coming, like kind of timing down to make sure that the timing lines up with what he suspected, and right on time it does. And as the 2 guards rotate around, you size them up a bit. Vince, is just visually, I think that you would
Like how many punches could he survive?
right, not necessarily feel like totally threatened by them, but they're definitely not like untrained. I mean, they're wearing pretty ornate armor. Their weapons look professional. You know, they aren't just civilians dressed up. These are probably disciplined military units. Now, are they as strong as the group of you? Probably not. You don't feel as though they would be overwhelming. But I think you would also realize that in this moment, simply beating them isn't necessarily what concerns you.
Mhm.
Fail, as you kind of scope them up and down, and you want to learn their HP, you would learn.
I get two of. I get two of them too. I'll pick the other one to dexterity score. If it's
Okay.
inferior, superior, equal, mine.
Their HP is 72.
Ooh.
And their dexterity score is higher than yours.
Hey, David.
Mhm.
So, new character, so I'm asking for a little slack. I have this feature called Portent and Greater Portent.
Yeah.
So instead of getting the full amount because I didn't do it after a long rest, can I just get one of these? So it's just a D20 that I can choose later to replace something with. Technically, I get 3
that's
of them.
fine. That's okay.
Okay. Right, a 10.
Perfectly average.
Any dice or just your dice?
So it says I can replace an attack roll, saving throw, or ability check made by you or a creature that you see with one of these foretelling rolls. So like if someone rolls a 20, if someone rolls a 20 to hit, I can replace it with a 10, basically. Once per turn. And I get 3 of them, but I'm only gonna have 1 because I forgot to ask.
Very cool
That's
feature.
dope.
Very cool. And I think at about this point, you would see a 1T kind of striding up to the group of you. You wouldn't recognize the 1T as it kind of walks up to your group.
Walks up, so does it slither?
I flick my tongue at them as a group.
Walks up, and you see the 1T flicker its tongue at you.
I flicker my tongue back.
Sacklazas Hathos.
what kind of tongue?
Sacklazas
was it?
Hathos.
And you hear the incantation of Jin, and I think that you would realize that they don't know it's you. Thunder, you rolled an insight check. What are you trying to detect?
Yeah, from the scale of bad to like worse, where are they? Yanti wise.
Oh, just like as a race?
As an individual, this Yanti. Like
is it
bad
an
bad?
abomination or a pure blood?
Oh, I see what
Or
you're
like
saying.
kind of bad.
Is it a Brugard or a
Versus evil versus
Malison?
just a dude.
Yeah, it would be a Malison. So on your level.
Okay.
How can we help you?
Oh, I'm sorry. That 1T is Jet.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm also.
No, it's okay.
No,
So
Jen
funny.
still asks us that.
That's why you were doing.
I like
to
to-
talk with
yeah,
us
like-
for a second.
I like to think that Jin forgot we were also all Wanty and forgot what we look
Yeah,
like.
like I think I'm about to get interrogated, and I'm just flicking my tongue insanely. Like
All
flick, flick,
people
flick, flick,
are
flick.
July
flicking their
ass
tongue
off.
way too much than the culture is acceptable. And
It's the only way.
Yeah.
So funny.
you piece
We're having
together.
like a-
Oh,
We're having a who's
it's you
on
guys.
first moment.
We need
Alright.
we need a code word
Alright,
so we know it's us.
So there's 2 guards
Pumpernickel.
posted on the way up, and
Dragon slippers.
inside 2
Pumpernickel
guards
dragon
posted by
slippers.
the door, and another
Oh,
guard
shit.
posted at the desk. So that's 3 right inside the doorway, and then there's a whole bunch of people inside, and I couldn't see the just downstairs.
Why'd
Obviously,
you leave?
we're not trying to necessarily fight our way in there, right?
I just wanted to peek to know what kind of guards they had
Guys.
posted.
Are they
Yeah,
gonna?
we definitely can't do that. Yeah.
Are they gonna stop us from going in? I mean, is it restrictive?
Doesn't seem like it, but I was getting a lot of eyes on me, so we'll probably get questioned if we all go up in a group without.
And
some
what
kind of
about
reason.
going down to the downstairs area? You think that they would definitely see that?
They would definitely. I think it's going to be guarded. It's like a military outpost, from what I can tell.
But
Yeah,
don't
they
you guys
definitely
like?
have people.
Don't you and Fail have like intimate knowledge of this place?
We used
I
to
don't.
before
I've
it
never been.
transformed. Yeah. Oh yeah, that was a different person. That. A different time.
To Oliver.
Yeah, a poor
We'll
old.
talk about Oliver.
Flashbacks.
Oh.
Wait, who's Oliver?
You don't.
Ah.
You've never heard the story of Oliver?
No.
Used to be our bard.
Don't go limp.
I
Yeah,
hear
don't
a
have a
Goblin
Got
Slayer.
Oliver, and I just start flicking my tongue at it.
Have you really not heard that story?
I haven't
So,
really.
so Waco, tell him how you died.
It's so out of game.
No, tell me
quickly-
in character. I want to hear it.
As the
Okay,
ghost of
Well, he's
Oliver.
dead.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
Yeah,
So File never met Oliver?
No.
No, because straight
was
up.
the
You tell me the
replacement.
story of Oliver.
Philo was the replacement for Oliver because it was bad.
Yeah. It's a long story. We can talk.
It's a short story.
Yeah, well, from my
Trying to say
perspective,
that, hey, short story. He let everybody else teleport away, and stayed to try to free the goblins from the Yanti, or no, the Drow that were imprisoning him all by himself.
Which
And
we told him not to do.
no
Mhm.
bullshit. That y'all are already gone.
No, I
I
think
mean,
we told him to.
not
to be
in
honest.
game. You didn't tell me in game. All right, not in game. But yeah, I
There's
tried.
No
and I got
way
really fucked.
Aslos didn't tell him to do it.
Essentially,
I got
his
really-
Well, okay,
character
Jen
died.
was the only character that didn't like actively hate her at the time. So.
It wasn't
Yeah,
even a
it was
her.
Oliver.
Oh, Oliver, not Fayo. I'm sorry.
No, this is way too much.
We still ain't fighting.
We could spend 30 minutes talking about this saga. But it was bad. It broke bad, and at the end of it, David was like, "Are you just gonna stay there?" And I go, "Yeah, I'll just stay there," and
Just stays limp.
remained limp and just put my fist up, like yeah, fuck it.
And he got stabbed instead of fighting back in any kind of way.
David
Either
was
he
so
gonna
slow at
die
it.
as a glory, or
He-
do something cool.
David was so reluctant to kill him. He was like,
Yeah.
"Do anything, please."
Draws the
He
knife.
just stayed limp.
It was awesome.
So, there were goblins at one point in this building, is the takeaway that I'm getting?
No, not at all. Back in to get character. No, they've told me the story. It's terrible. The guy failed. Right? All we know is that we go downstairs. That's where they said that's where they went through the portal when they went to Raptua the
Right.
first time.
Yeah.
So
and-
none of you know like a secret way to get downstairs.
No, that was
No.
the first time we were in the building.
No, they broke in when it was like just a college, just a normal
The
college.
Archmage
keep it
might-
down, File. Jeez, don't stop saying
sorry,
that
sorry,
out loud.
Gotta talk in code.
Yeah.
I flick my tongue at everybody.
The last time we were
Okay.
here, we basically accidentally found the portal room, and we basically accidentally started all this.
So,
It happened so fast. We don't remember much.
By
Yeah.
everyone, we mean Jin.
Hey, we were all there.
Yeah, we were there.
It's
So-
okay. It's okay.
3 of y'all were there. I'm looking at the 3 of y'all, still like trying to get the full story from y'all. You see me looking at you like, mm-hmm.
I
Shut up, File. You don't say anything.
I wish Oliver was here.
I just shrug and just give up. I
miss Durna.
Okay. Well, look. Back to brass taxes. We know we can get in there just walking right through there, but this is daytime, right? This isn't nighttime. We need to be able to get in here and sneak in here.
Yeah, I think our best bet is
You gotta
coming up
sneak
with
in.
an excuse to go in as a group, and then from there, like go invisible or something, sneak and try to get downstairs.
I mean, I feel like that involves
What?
distractions and spell casting and stuff, and they're going to be
So?
aware of
Yeah,
spell.
like what? Well, that
We got to
kinda
spell
makes it
cast and
messy,
mingle,
doesn't
and
it?
we can't.
How messy do we want to make this? I mean, it's just-
Right, like,
that would be a
you don't-
mistake.
Listen, guys, and I'm trying to be quiet because I got yelled at for being loud. Look, we don't want to. We really just want to slip in there undetected and get to the other side with no one knowing.
Okay,
Because
then
they
like
could just easily send somebody through and be like, "Hey, I mean, we're gonna probably pop up from what the Archmage told me. We're gonna pop up somewhere random, but them not knowing that we're there is like probably pretty important, right? Like that's good. That's only gonna help us when we're in Raptua if they don't know we're there, whether we're disguised or not. I don't know.
I mean, or we could just
I don't
fuck them
know.
up.
Oh man, if we fuck them up, I mean, I guess we have disguises. Can you change? Did you change your disguise?
Like 5 times, bro.
You can do that?
Well, how many people?
I
do
changed
we
my
think
disguise like right in front of him.
When we say fuck them up.
Oh, don't do it right here.
No, I know, but like, I feel like there's gonna be a lot of people. Yeah.
So like Jin kind of has a light bulb idea. What if we do like set up some kind of like badass terrorism event to happen to these Yuan-Ti as the distraction for us to go through the portal?
Do we have a way of delaying an attack while we're all going to be in the college?
You mean like
One that
blow some
happens?
shit up or something?
Yes,
like
blow some shit up that's not the college, bring attention and everything away from it, and then we slip in.
Ooh, that statue or that fountain.
Or some big ass building with a bunch of Yuan-Ti in it.
Even better.
Why don't we
That
just,
would
like,
help everybody
blow
who's
up
going to
a
be
wall of
here
the
when we go to
college?
Rap 2.
That
Well,
temple
because we
thing
want
with
to
the
go
offering.
into the college. That's going to bring a
Yeah,
bunch of
exactly.
eyes to there.
You want anybody to just have to leave the college to take care of business.
Not necessarily anyone in the college coming out, but just all foot traffic and attention brought to this big scene that we created.
What are the closest buildings to the arcade college? Like, what's right next door? Like, what's along the line?
I think it would be like so as you drift away from the city center, right? Like the Grand Market, or maybe 20 minutes south of the Grand Market. As you stray away from the core of the city, the rest of it's kind of empty. Because like I think what would be around the Arcane College is like houses, like residences. Maybe a storefront here or there. But whenever it was populated by humans, it just would have been homes. The Yuan-Ti don't really fill these homes because they all live closer to the center of the city. So around the college, I think you would have kind of a tough time finding something that is as populated or as busy as you would as you get closer, like to the Black Temple or the Serpent statue, your hotel, that kind of stuff.
So
and
we
roughly
could easily blow one of those up, though. Right?
Yeah, what if we blew up the Black Temple? That'd be a fucking statement.
Wait,
think
guys.
it's
I got an idea.
Yeah.
Bayo, can you use your ability to find me somebody really stupid and unwise?
You're looking at her, Jaryu.
Someone not in our party.
That's not nice, Bendis.
Yeah, I mean, I can only compare them to myself, and I am not that. Let me see. I don't think I'm that wise. I'm
somebody not
wise. I'm not that intelligent.
Here's what I
No,
want.
that works for what he wants.
Well,
If he can identify someone that's got less wise than him.
How are we gonna blow something up? What are we gonna blow up?
Well,
not that
dynamite, do we?
No, what I want to do is enchant a creature, one of these Yuan-Ti idiots.
Okay.
If we need a distraction, we can have one of these Yuan-Ti idiots go about the city. And
Singing.
I just linked it in the chat here.
Yes.
And cause a huge commotion, possibly a terrorist event like we're talking about, right? I can command this thing to go blow up a building.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, blow up one of the residential buildings nearby.
No, something big. I want to blow up the fucking Black Temple.
Yeah, but they're gonna come finding us. Well,
If
No,
not,
we'll have
right?
him. We'll have him
they
suicide bomb
understand?
himself.
Yeah.
So
Will they
there's no
will they
evidence,
understand
right?
you though?
Yeah,
A
I can.
creature that
you
can't
can-
understand you?
you can
I
command
was
a
speaking
No,
Yuan-Ti
creature
right
to
now.
suicide
we're
itself.
good. We can all hear each other in Yuan-Ti. It's fine.
Yeah. Right. I mean, we are all speaking Yuan-Ti right now. This
Imagine
last-
just talking a terrorist attack and want to just hissing at each other.
Flicking my tongue.
I mean,
What do we
that's-
think about
that's
that?
pretty
I
cool.
love this idea.
No suspicion on us.
Actually, I have the perfect person that you can command this to do this.
And Jaryu, I want you to pay special attention to the last sentence of this spell. Not to say it can't work, but you're going to have to be creative in the command that you give this creature.
Oh, because it can't.
So if you can come up with some wordplay to get around it, then it can work. But it just cannot be directly suicidal.
Ooh, I have an idea. Hold on.
It could be homicidal.
Yeah, that's easy.
Because
Yeah,
there's a very specific clause here that says you can issue any command you choose short of an activity that would result in certain death.
Right.
So if you can find a command that can result in uncertain death, then I think it would work. But
So we need. So he can't suicide one of the buildings, but he can blow it up. It's just what do we need? How?
I
how
think
is
the
he gonna
ultimate
blow it up?
Oh yeah, do we have any?
So he
Do
can
we-
commit
What do
murder.
we have?
Mm-hmm.
Damn, I wish they had like an unprotected priest in the Black Templars.
No one has any dynamite on them?
Do we have like a crazy
No,
spell
I think
scroll?
we used to have dynamite, but I think I.
Yeah, I think we used it all when we were in Ocaria.
Do we have anything in the bag of holding?
I have fireball.
I have dirt.
I have like legit fireball. It's an explosive fireball.
Is that
How
enough
far
though?
can you throw that your fireball?
Yeah, can you make it?
Seem like it's coming from him and you're like further behind him or some shit? Plus, doing magic around here, I'm sure there's like
A way
I
to
don't know
detect
that.
it.
Plus, magic people running around. I know we fought plenty of them.
I can go invisible and shoot the fireball. Well, then I won't be invisible anymore.
Jar, you can make you invisible.
I
Yeah,
can't.
where I
Hidden.
can attack and then
I
stay
can't
invisible.
anymore.
Well, you'll be hidden up into the point where you shoot it, but after you shoot it,
Right.
somebody's gonna have to be pretty quick eye to catch the guy who just popped out.
So what if we give him whoever you enchant this like put this amulet in a bag, close the bag, give it to him, and say, go to the black market and stomp on the bag, and it'll break it, but he doesn't know that, and
Oh, love it. Love it.
Hey, why the black market? Why the black market? Like they have that cool statue and
or
they have
just,
that
just some
fountain.
populated place wherever we decide to go. But the only problem with this plan is that there's only a 30% chance to actually summon the demon. So I was just using this as an example for something we could do
Okay.
if someone's got a better.
Well, how many commands can you give this guy? Can you tell him to crush his bag and then do something else?
Yeah, I mean, I could just tell him to go somewhere and do a command, and as long as whatever possessed creature doesn't act against what I'm wishing him to do, he doesn't receive damage. So it's kind of like a Pavlov's dog thing, right? You just keep beating the dog until it does what you want it to, right?
Yeah, so give him multiple options to be able to do what we need him to do.
Yeah,
And
hand
major
him magic,
lost
hand
one
him
of them.
Ventus's magic drug bag, and he can run around and drug everybody in the city.
Yeah,
Just
we can
chaos
I
everywhere.
mean, we could have him do just something absolutely bananas, and then he just basically keeps taking damage until he figures out what he needs to be actually doing according to my command.
Okay, I think this is solid. And we're still walking, right, David? We're being conspicuous, right?
Sure,
Like,
yeah. If
we're-
y'all want to leave the Arcane College, that's totally fine. Just kind of walking through alleys.
Yeah, we just want to stay in one place, keep talking all in a group. Fucking, okay, so I agreed on that. We can, a little bit more detail on all that. And so the idea being that we just walk right into the Arcane College, right? Like you're talking
Yeah,
about,
after-
Jen. Wait
and
for
then-
it, you time it out to where that's all going to start happening, and then try to break loose something.
I think we're gonna bust in shouting, "Oh my God! Look what just happened to the wherever," and try to point directions towards.
Yeah,
whatever
get people
scene we
to
cause.
roll on out.
Yeah,
Some people get downstairs, then
And
the
then
other
from
people-
there, we'll hide, go invisible, go through the portal or something.
Yeah, if
Okay,
this
who can-
works,
who can
should we
keep
just have
invisible?
somebody doing indiscriminate craziness? Like, just have him try to, just tell this guy to go on a murder spree? Find the biggest, strongest, dumbest snake we can. And
Now we could
just
give him a
tell him to go
weapon
on
too.
Yeah, just tell him to go on a murder spree.
I like the idea of a suicide vest more if we can find explosives. I'm sure we can buy something or concoct something here.
I can't tell it to go
I
commit
do have
suicide,
money.
though.
No, it won't know. We'll magically detonate it. We'll just tell
Oh,
it to
so
walk
like a
around.
remote
Yeah,
trigger.
yeah, magic.
Just carry this vest into this room while
Yeah.
wearing it.
It's fine.
Yeah,
It's just a fancy coat.
Yeah, but that's still
You just
certain
gotta
death.
word
It doesn't
well.
know that.
Yeah, you gotta word it well.
Like
It's not
it,
gonna know it's gonna
you
die.
just say put this coat on.
Self-preservation is important. Self-preservation, right? Like, so he'd have to be fooled on the idea that wouldn't kill him at all, right? The vest is different than your bag. Stomp on the bag. Like, there's no way he's gonna know that. I agree. But if we fucking load him up with some kind of explosion. Surely he's gonna know.
Not if we don't make it look like explosion.
That's true.
So I say, I'm like, so I actually have that spell as well, but I don't have it prepared. So if we do this tomorrow, we could have 2 people doing some crazy shit. Like
Walking in
I
tandem.
like it.
Yeah, I can also prepare a couple of different spells that would maybe help us. Like greater
right,
invisibility.
So
Because greater invisibility, I can stay invisible and still cast spells.
we
That's
should walk
beautiful right
through
there.
the market first, figure out if there's some explosives, right? I have a lot of money.
Yeah, I agree. Let's go peruse.
But won't that be
All right.
suspicious if you like bought explosives and then there were
Nah.
explosives?
It's the
matter.
fucking Yanti.
I mean, we're here like
Wait.
22 seconds. Dude.
Can we get ingredients to make explosives? I don't look at Halbjorn just thinking that he
then
might be
we'll
able to
get
make
flagged.
explosives.
I'm not
Be
gonna
on a
lie.
list.
Don't
Yeah, we'll
worry.
be on the list.
Don't worry, and I kind of like hold up my my people's heart. I'm like, people love me, man. Don't worry about it.
Okay, so this is the only thing I want to say. Fael is like, she's been studying this whole situation. Like, are you sure? The people might love you, but I think the people are like in a military state.
No,
And,
the
like,
common.
idea
I'm
of-
talking to common folk. I'm worried about.
I know, but the common people aren't going to have access to anything you're talking about. Buying explosive is going to be black market because the military aspect of this area is they're not going to allow you to just sell stuff like that. There's no way.
Look at these, and I hold up these like shiny tokens. These things.
I know they're beautiful. They're shinier than any of the other ones.
We asked
Before
the
we
common
break
folk to
into
tell me
the
where to
college.
buy it, and then money can get us anything.
We need to break into
okay.
the military base for explosives.
David,
So let's.
in all of my journeying through the new Grand City, have I noticed any kind of possible thieves guild in Yanti? Like any markings in Thieves' Cant that would dignify a Yanti thieves guild?
Good question. No.
I
No,
also have
and-
a. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, I was gonna say, and I think it would almost be notable to you because I think it'd be something that you would look for, right? Almost
As I want
curiously.
to do.
But no, you have not seen any indication of like thieves' cant or something similar.
Damn.
Whoa, where did you get that? Where did
I
you-
have that. And if we can find somewhere that this person could throw it, then that's all we need to do, right? I mean, if we could set fire to a bunch of like potentially explosive things.
Now, if
I-
we can
I
get
still like the
something
idea of just
that is
multiple.
flammable and set that up as well, like in one of these houses or
Oh,
something, and
what-
then have them throw the alchemist fire.
We should have him do
Okay.
it during like a human execution, and have him like protest the
Ooh,
execution.
I like it. Yeah,
a
yeah.
protest.
The dragons
It's
become political.
These
Next
guys
level.
destroyed
Oh,
our
yeah.
capital city.
Yeah.
Okay.
We should do the person that sold me these coins. He's a total
Oh
chump.
yeah, true. That guy's probably real stupid.
Yeah, dude, he's real stupid. He believed me that I was
Yeah.
part of the economic guild or something like
What
that.
if
He's
we're
looking at me.
And then you can
Look
take your
at
gold
me.
back.
I
Aslos?
know. That's just. I can.
Money glitch.
This is perfect. This is what I
Okay.
want to do.
It's all coming together.
And I'll talk
I'm
to
loving
him
all of
to
it.
start off. I'll warm him up, and then I'll be like, "Hey, you gotta talk to my, you gotta talk to my buddy."
He wants to
You're
make
part
it.
of the economic guild.
No. Tell him he wants. You got a person who wants to do another trade since you're so satisfied with your trade. with
True.
him.
Yeah, I think the group of you would see that slowly the sun is beginning to set. You've almost finished a full day here in the new Grand City.
Should
Yeah,
we
I'm
head
assuming
back to
we're making
our
way back
slop?
to our brood.
Yeah, let's go back to the slop den.
And
Yeah.
fortunately for the group
Oh.
of you and Grand City's city planners, it's quite easy for you to get back to your tavern. It's just straight down the Grand Via and then a couple blocks off to the east. And by the time that you get there, it's probably a full 30-minute walk. So the sun has set much more, and the new Grand City is cast kind of in an eerie shadow. Similar to how sometimes sunsets can be beautiful due to pollution. The sky, as the sun is beginning to duck behind the horizon, interacts with the deluge of smog, toxins, and slime that is accumulated in the city due to the 1T. And the sky is cast, the sunset itself is a deep emerald green as it begins to set behind the buildings, casting the city in an even eerier light. It almost feels like a different world that you're in as the group of you approach the tavern. You can see that inside there are a collection of 1T. No one is drinking. There's no alcohol to be served, but instead of alcohol, you can see that there are several 1T that are kind of glazed over, and they are sitting around hookah-like pipes. You watch as they are passing the instrument from one 1T to another, as their tongues lazily flicker as they ingest the fumes.
Jin like sneaks his way into the rotation, see if anyone notices.
Yeah, you take a seat with them. Their chairs are quite different from like a human chair. They instead lay on like large, almost like beanbag sacks to accommodate for those that don't have legs. They can kind of coil up in the large cushion that lies on the ground. And so you take to a cushion and kind of sit back with them. Because of the way that their seating is arranged, they're all like, a lot of them are kind of leaning back. They're all kind of sprawled and tails are out and long. And you take an inhale. And I want for you to roll me a d20.
Uh-oh.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
As you inhale the fumes, it is electrifying in a way. It burns all the way down your throat, and your nose feels like it's on fire. It's almost like huffing gasoline fumes. And you take 18 poison damage
Ow.
as you ingest this strange drug. It burns all throughout you and gives you a severe headache. And the other 1T sitting with you don't really notice. They're too glazed over. You assume that they get placed in some kind of high or stupor, something of the sort, that cognitively kind of delays them. Because you feel as though your reaction is quite visceral to what.
But I had it like a pro. I
of
like.
course.
You think you had it like a pro?
No, I'll do a performance check right now.
Oh.
With advantage.
I also want to
active-
take a
it's
puff from
active.
this.
Yep.
Is this a like hookah lounge? Are there like open booths that anyone can just like
Nope,
walk
you
into?
can't fake that shit.
Yeah,
Damn,
Jen,
you can
you keep your cool as you
Oh,
as you
'cause of-
ingest the fumes.
It's because of my proficiency. Instead of rolling whatever I rolled, it counted it as a 10. That's cool. You can
Oh,
see it
it's
in the
automatic
formula.
now.
Yeah, that's nice.
Oh wow,
Ooh.
that's crazy cool. Actually,
Look at that formula.
Do
yeah,
20 minutes.
It and it's not quite
20
like
min
a
plus
hookah
10.
laundry. There's just like open like seating with pipes laying around. It appears as though you have to go and purchase one, like you would like a drink or a pitcher of sorts.
Is anyone smoking anything else in here? Or is it just these things?
It just seems to be these large apparatuses, these large devices.
Did I tell he took poison damage?
You can roll a perception check. You'll have to beat his performance check.
That's possible. Nope.
Well, Jin's
Nice.
Yeah, Thunder, you you watch as Jin, to the naked eye, to most people, they wouldn't be able to tell, but you watch as he, through months of friendship, you watch him kind of flinch as he huffs it, and you can tell that was painful.
Do you feel anything?
Yeah, cause I mosey back over to the group, and I'm like, yeah, fucking disgusted.
I give him like a pat on the back. As I pat him in the back, I do cure wounds.
So we shouldn't get our own thing.
No, dude, you don't want to smoke that. They have the worst drugs.
Joe, what were you gonna say?
I was just thinking while I was watching Jin smoke this poison pipe. How long did our disguises last?
As long as we had a hat
As
on.
long as we have a hat on, yeah. As long as we
Yeah,
have
as
a hat
long
on.
as the hat's on. Okay. Okay. I just thought there was some 24-hour thing with the language. Something. Okay, never mind.
No, I think you're in the clear. As long as you have the hat. I don't remember what I said 24 hours for. I don't remember.
That's fine. Hey.
Hey. Smoking more of that, right? You're good there, Jen?
Yeah, no, do not recommend.
I hand Jin my pipe with some shadow sludge mold in it.
Oh, I'll happily hit that shit, get the taste out of my mouth.
So I
just tastes like cheap tobacco.
I kind of look around at everybody and I say, I have an idea, and I want to talk to you all when we get back to the room, and it is a very good one.
I'm gonna head back to the room.
Yeah, I'm gonna head back now, and I'll go ahead.
Raises an eyebrow.
Yeah, I'm very curious.
Gary's instantly confident in Aslos' plan.
Yeah. So
I'm gonna prepare some spells for tomorrow that would potentially help us in the.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, the group of you head downwards to your underground chamber, as you find your spawning pit, and cozy on in. They have kind of fluffed up the sludge for you.
So
we put the do not disturb sign on. Damn it!
God damn, fucking worst room service.
Who here has a bag of holding?
Oh, I think
because
I have one.
I have 2 bags of holding.
I was about to say Yukizo's had
you
one of
throw, and if you throw a bag of holding in another bag of holding,
that's the kind of devastating terrorism I'm talking about.
You create a giant one-dimensional portal that is 10 by 10 in the middle of everything.
That's exactly the
And that
brilliant
is
thinking
not
I'm looking
suicide. That is incredible.
for. Yeah, no, we're gonna disguise one of the bag of holdings as something else, and then just tell them to put that thing into a bag. There's nothing to suicidal about
I
that.
have 2. Who has a bag of holding? I can waste my 2, but somebody is holding all of my blood and guts. So
That might have to go away.
We could use the one I was using for Froyo. We can say Froyo's too big now.
So we'll use one of mine, and we'll use one of Mentos.
Does that mean we have to store all of our stuff in the one with his beer and guts?
So do we only have 3?
I think
I have a dirt bag.
If we only have 3, we gotta have like rations and shit, right?
Okay, I could be more organized in my bag.
I can also just create a massive explosion illusion that looks real to everybody.
But we want to hurt the Yanti.
Well, then, yeah, but we don't want to lose 2 bags of holding. We don't even have it. The third one was with Yokizo's.
Dang it!
I like that.
I do have
We have only 3 bags of holding. Why do I have 2 of them?
I don't even know.
We've always had 2 of them. That's just how it's worked. You had your blood, bone, water.
I thought at one point like everyone had one.
No, we had 3 of them, and then assumed we had unlimited inventory.
I think.
Yeah. So there's certain things we got to bring across with us, right?
We would have one if we created a giant void in the middle of town, and we would easily be able to get to them. Imagine if we did that during a rally. It's not even suicide. We would literally murder.
It'd be so good.
100 Wanti all in a crowd.
Is it like a vacuum? Does it like suck in?
It's a giant boom.
Yeah, anything
10-foot explosion. I don't even have to have the bag of holding. I just want to watch.
That's what I'm saying, Aslos. You're gonna have to give up. We're gonna have to use one of your bloody beer bags for the one that explodes.
Yeah.
And the cleanest one we have, is gonna have to go to all of our random stuff that we can't carry. We have
well tonight.
Because I'd like to think, David, I brought like that pack horse and all that shit. We did have some like supplies, right? Like
Yeah.
I was ready for a little bit of supplies, not a lot, but like food wraps and shit.
Hear me out. I love this plan, Aslos. The indiscriminate destruction is phenomenal. But can't Helbjorn, without sacrificing back to Holden, do the same thing?
It just wouldn't actually hurt anything.
Well, can't you actually hurt something?
No, because then you'd have to be close to it, right? We're gonna give.
Well, hold on.
I thought greater invisibility would allow him to stay invisible, cast a huge fireball.
I also have this thing called contingency, where I can make a spell lesser than this one contingent on a thing. So I could basically say, when this Yuan-Ti walks into the plaza, this will happen, and so I can load another spell up onto the contingency.
Oh, you can put your fireball right there. Yeah,
I can put my fireball right on that. I can literally put a contingency inside of a Yuan-Ti's backpack.
Can you do multiple of those? Can you do say 5
if we get in a
fireballs?
fight in the Arcane College, I will be strapped if I do multiple of those. But yeah,
how
I can.
big? How big does a fireball explode?
20-foot radius.
Oh,
that's pretty damn big.
I like that idea.
But
if you want to, if you're looking for carnage and destruction, I can upcast it too.
Once again, guys, we're
like
talking about
how
multiple
high
things,
do you
though,
upcast
right?
it?
So
Like
5th level. And so it's normally a 3rd level.
So I'll donate the amulet to the cause.
D6.
So what are we going to get to make this contingent? Like,
say when the bag gets crushed.
What bag? Oh, that bag.
The bag that it.
You're really interested in summoning this demon. It kind of stresses me out.
Okay, that's fine, but like, what? I guess what's going to crush the bag? Because we can't be near it when this happens.
Well, we can
he's gonna crush
order
the bag
a guy
and
to
he's gonna
do
make
it,
the
right?
demon thing. Yeah,
okay,
the guy's
the fireball
gonna...
thing can't be that. Can't be when he crushes the bag, because then he would get hit by the fireball.
Well, the fireball could be. Can it be? The contingency spell could be cast to 20 foot in front of it, or something like that, or is that a thing?
We could do it
so
in
how
a different
does
location.
I have to
So like
read
there's
Yeah, how
there's
does
one
contingency
explosion and then one demon summon.
Could it be contingent on him crushing the amulet?
Yes, but once he crushes the amulet, it's going to blow up immediately.
Yeah, but that would be
Perfect.
great.
Yeah,
but then he's
there's
going
one-
to get hit by it. Is my point? Oh, are you talking about we're making another Yuan-Ti to do this?
Yes.
You got 2
Oh
Yuan-Tis.
yeah, I don't give a shit then.
Yeah.
My bad.
Thunder's gonna do one
I was
too.
like here thinking Jin was gonna do it, and I was like, why would I
Hell
blow
no.
Jin up?
Blow him up.
All right,
This
all
is
right, all
shaping
right.
up to, like, multiple things. We got 2 or 3 things that can all happen, right?
I'm
Like,
keeping this.
one
I'm
guy
keeping
can
this
do 2
bag of
different
holding
things.
thing in our back pocket. I'm just letting you guys know.
I'm down. You have my vote.
You have mine too.
Fireball, boom, in the middle of a
I'm
rally.
okay
They
to go
gotta
down
do
to
it.
one clean bag of holding.
Right, we don't
I
really
think,
need.
I think it's a cool sacrifice to make to make our exit.
Like that
Once
could
we're
be
there,
a
we're
third.
going
We
to
could
be
do all of
light.
these
We're going to be
things.
traveling light, you know?
Yeah,
I
we
don't
should do all
wanna-
3 of these.
Yeah, I think I have
Well,
a scroll of charm person, so we could do 3 if we really need to.
So, but we need there to be another ritual. Do you think they do these daily or what?
If not, we could always just choose a different location
I
for
don't
this
think
to
your
happen.
charm's going to work the way you... That's low levels. Scroll
Okay.
there.
All right, never mind.
Yeah.
I'll take it back.
But the geese that y'all were talking about, Jaryu, you can, like you said, he has to keep going to do a specific thing, so he could be loaded up with more than one thing, maybe. Like, first he does this, then he does that. I think the bag of holding and the amulet are definitely 2 different people.
Well,
And how do you put...
What about the fireball?
Yeah, how do you put the fireball on one of them? Or something they're doing? But it has to be like an object, right?
So we could have the fireball. We could have, or sorry, Albiorn, throw a fireball when everybody's gathered around, like in the square, with this potential demon and the bag of holding explosion. Like we could have
I'd
things happen
prefer us
all
to
at once.
be all away, like
Yeah, with that
nowhere near the scene.
contingency
But
plan,
if we have to, we
there's
can
a
do it.
way to word it, right? There's a way to set it up to where if you put the contingency plan on the amulet and once it got crushed, that's the contingency. Once this amulet gets
Keep in
crushed,
mind that
That
there's
doesn't
only a
work the way I
30%
think it
chance to crush, like to summon the demon when the amulet gets crushed.
The contingent doesn't work the way I think it does.
How does it work?
It says the contingent spell takes effect only on you, even if you can normally target others.
I see.
So we can just.
So we fireball you. Got it.
We
it's like
can
a
just
big hit, like,
subject. No, we can
Cascade
just
or healing
subject the
yourself.
guy to. But how are we gonna draw a crowd if there's no ritual? This is the issue.
If there's no ritual, we do it at like the Black Temple or the market or some other populated space.
Yeah, I think
Just
that
do it
we
at the
can get a
fucking temple.
crowd.
There's literally
Yeah, guys,
there's a
listen.
line of people at the temple. That looks
Yeah,
like
and
huge.
the fact that they forced us to go there and like we're all up in arms about it means it's like a big deal to them, right? And
Yeah,
it's
that's what
making
I'm
them
saying. It's
Oh
a
wait,
spitting in
we
their
could
eye.
tell.
It's the biggest-
We could tell the guy to like give like a speech first and then do this whole thing, right?
Or like desecrate the
everybody.
temple or something, like
Yeah,
jump in the
exactly.
pool or
Yeah,
whatever.
Yeah. Well, no, then it brings guards over. We want like
We
people
want to
to
bring
gather around.
Wait
Yeah,
a
but they'll
minute,
kill him.
guys.
I'm not kill him before
I have
he
a way
gets to
around
do it.
this. All right.
What you got?
I wish we had another. Do we have another way of disguising someone as a 1T?
Yeah, we
like
have
someone else, like not us.
Yeah. Well, a copy of me.
Could you like do an illusion or what?
Because if I made a simulacrum of myself, and then I used the contingency fireball plan as a simulacrum, and then he could walk into there. I could even tell him to go give the speech.
How long does that take to do?
12 hours.
Oh wow!
Like-
I mean, so he's basically what he's saying. What he's saying is that he could make a copy of himself and it could do all kinds of shit, and act on its own accord. It would
Yeah,
definitely
if that works,
on
I'm
our
down.
team. Would definitely be on our team.
Takes out
Well,
the
this
chance
would
of the
be
charm.
the intent of doing this would be to sacrifice himself, because I specifically told David I was not going to make a copy of myself for battle purposes. So this is just for doing this specific
Yeah,
situation.
it's for terrorism. It's totally different.
Yeah,
Guys,
because that would be OP.
Yeah,
Because
guys.
you'd have double my spells the whole way. So that's This is
It's
for
a
this
huge
instance.
spell. It's a huge spell.
Yeah.
It's
So
a
I'm
huge-
not
Yeah,
trying not
this
to
is
break
good.
it. So I'm not going to use it in that regard. But
This is just suicide. Yeah.
yeah. This is
Sure.
Allahu Akbaring the one thing.
Yeah.
guys, I could possibly make the
I can make him
Yantis
crush the
gather.
amulet. I can make him crush the amulet. Him cast the fireball. Like, you can do everything. We just need a way of disguising him.
I can make a fuck ton of Yantis come to this
Wait.
point of interest.
Jin, don't you already have
Also-
a hat of disguises?
Yes.
Can we give your bowler cap to the simulacrum?
I don't understand why we got to give it to
the hat's part of the translation thing, right?
Yeah, that's
true.
part of the translation. You can't do that. And then also, why can't? I mean, if he can be sneaky enough, Halburn, are you sneaky? He's a copy of you. Oh damn! I was gonna say he could make it there, you know.
Well, the thing
Like-
is, he's supposed to draw a crowd, right?
Yeah, so
Thunder,
once
do you
he
wanna
gets there, he
describe
doesn't have
the
to be
crowd-
on T.
The spell?
Do what?
Thunder was going to describe the spell that he just linked.
Yeah, there's a part of the spell which is sympathy. It says I can target specified creatures. So it says the enchantment causes the specified creatures to feel an intense urge to approach the target, while within the 60 feet of it, or able to see it, they must. When such creature sees a target or comes within 60 feet of it, the creature must succeed a Wisdom saving throw, or it uses its movement on each of its turns to move to the area, or move it then reaches the target.
Oh my god.
I
Okay.
could-
So yeah,
I
we
could
could
target
literally
Yantis.
put that on the
So we go to
simulacrum,
the temple.
have him draw a crowd in,
Yes.
and then blow himself up after trying to summon a demon lord.
Yeah, so we don't do the temple. We do close to the college then,
Let's
right?
do where the sacrifices happen. Let's do right there.
Yeah, where the sacrifices happen.
Well, no,
in
I mean
worst
that.
Case, they
the
want to
whole point
sacrifice.
is that this draws a crowd in, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a good idea.
Right, but with that kind of spell, I'm thinking that Thunder is gonna bring them the guys we actually want out, which are the ones at the college, and so that means they have to see what's going on, right?
Worst case, we do the bag hold.
Not if we get a giant explosion and they hear something.
Yeah, this is a good idea.
Okay,
I still
maybe
need to
use
use
an extra one. Okay, never mind. We keep doing the first plan, and this is the secondary plan that happens at the college while our fucking
this is at the
suicide bombers
sacrifice
are
area.
going.
Wait, is it
Yeah.
Thunder? Were you talking the sympathy thing for, like, drawing people out of the college or drawing people to the?
I was thinking of drawing to more casualty to the explosion.
Yeah.
But I mean, it could be both ways. I could cause.
I think it would gain. Go ahead.
It could be either or. I could. They either want to go to a spot, or I can make them leave a spot. So whichever option y'all feel is more effective.
Am I still charming somebody?
Around us while we're in the college.
I just want to make a. No, you're not charming anybody now. I just want this to be like a badass giant thing, you know?
Yeah, like a multiple chain of events. Like,
I want a nuke, dude. I want.
Well, this is still
because what you can do now is I can have contingencies set up for when I cast another fireball. Fireball casts on me, so I can literally double cast fireball, or I can cast chain lightning into the crowd, and then the fireball blows up on my head.
I think it would be helpful for y'all to begin outlining and actually narrowing down. You presented a lot of good options, but I think it would be helpful to the group to begin to outline exactly what your plan is.
Okay. I agree. Put in these notes or something. Where we at? Whenever someone is ready to type, I mean, we can just.
Alright, last option for this.
Go for it.
Oh, never mind.
I mean, from the beginning, right? It's.
Alright.
We got the amulet option.
Jaryu is going. Overnight.
I will
okay.
make the simulacrum of myself.
Overnight select. Okay.
Simulacrum will cast contingency fireball at level 5 because I think I can only do lower.
Right, I mean, we gotta do this whole thing though. We gotta do this whole thing though. So you're gonna cast that. That's tonight, and then
Tomorrow would be the simulacrum casts contingency, and then fireball would be paired with that.
yeah, but that's C, right? Where's B? There's the in between time of we're doing other stuff. We're setting other things up too, not just that guy. Like the geese for Jaryu. We're not doing that anymore? I thought we were doing everything.
We could still do that, like incorporate.
I thought we were doing all of it.
Like maybe if it's
how about this? Geese, a Yuan-Ti to have my simulacrum as a prisoner and bring him to the sacrifice spot.
Okay, I like it.
Perfect.
And then sympathy on the Yuan-Ti.
Okay, hell yeah.
And have him basically perform a public execution.
Hell yeah, brother.
Yeah.
Geese.
Don't tell my simulacrum that.
I'm gonna tell the Geese guy to once he escorts the simulacrum as a prisoner to indiscriminately start going on a massacre.
Hell yeah. I mean, he'll probably die immediately,
but it's not certain death.
He sacrificed.
Actually,
you're probably better off like telling him to just kill one person, like, and just stab him so much.
Kill the
like,
priest.
Yeah.
Try to kill the priest.
So yeah, I can't even type that much. And the sap. I cannot say that fucking word.
Simulacrum.
Simulacrum.
Oh, gross.
Simulacrum.
Simulacrum.
So yeah, he casts fireball while he's being.
So okay, if we're doing that thing,
While
so
he's being
basically
fireball,
have the Wan Chi draw a crowd, because the whole point of this is to get a crowd, and then how we'll set this up, I think this makes the most sense to get the most destruction in. Have the Wan Chi pull out and crush the amulet, and when he does that, the Simulacrum is going to run into the crowd and cast fireball into the crowd, and then once that happens, it'll trigger his other fireball.
Okay.
Yeah.
Double fireball.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just gonna. Also, while we're here, why don't we just toss another amulet onto the pile too?
I mean, yeah, it's only 30% chance. Might as well make it.
Well,
60%.
this one's 50%.
Oh, dude, we got 80% basically.
That's how that works.
I think that's
Yeah.
Close enough. Close enough.
You just add the numbers up and it works, dude.
It's 50-50, dude.
You are so close to 100%.
Yeah, one more amulet, damn it!
Anyone got a 20%er?
I mean, we gotta have something in here, right? Like, we gotta take a look see here. I don't know.
I do have an amulet.
And so
why don't we just stick the crown with the demon guy? Oh wait, we destroyed that, didn't we? Oh.
So right now we're casting Geese on a Yanti who's going to help the prisoner, that is Halbjorn's Simulacrum, whatever,
Simulacrum.
to the big spot, right? The biggest place in front of the worship center and all that. And then the Yanti is going to crush the bag, and the Simulacrum is going to be able to use his contingency plan and do double fireballs, basically.
He's gonna literally run straight into the crowd, cast fireball, and then
that will trigger his contingency. Okay, so that's where we're at. Yanti Geese helps him get there. He crushes the amulet as this Simulacrum runs off into cast fireballs. 2 of them.
Yeah. Hey, are the dudes that are all smoking the snake hashish? Are they all outside of our slot pit?
Yeah, they're like in the tavern proper. Y'all are in your room.
We better be in our own room. We've been talking.
Yeah.
We're gonna kill everyone in this town. Oh wait, what?
Yeah. Can I how many Yanti can we kill? Really, is what we're asking.
Like,
okay, so we have that, and we're trying to fit in another amulet, right? Somehow with what we got right now.
Well, if he just throws the bag and crushes it, I mean, it's it's gonna summon both of them. Yeah. Maybe, right.
Oh yeah, and he also has the Geese to go on a rampage afterwards, right? Like.
Yeah, I'm just gonna. Yeah, right. What I was asking, Jen, did you notice any adverse effects besides being poisoned from the hashish?
David?
I think what you would notice, Jen, is kind of like what I described before, in that most of the Wanti that were sitting around there were like pretty clearly glazed over. I think it would be
that effect?
You don't necessarily. You just have like a really strong headache, but it seems to you like they're getting a more kind of enjoyable experience.
Yeah.
Would you say it's enough to cause a disadvantage on a wisdom saving throw?
I would entertain that.
Okay. Now the next thing I want to do is pop out, and just take a stroll around the smoking lounge and see if there's Wanti that's just smoking his hashish by himself.
Yeah, let's see. Yeah, you as you go back up, Joryu, you put the hat back on, take a Wanti form, and head back up, into the tavern proper. You can
Mhm.
see that it's quite similar to like the atmosphere or the kind of the participation of like a normal tavern. There are several groups of people, and then there are also several alone, like you described. They have much smaller smokers, whatever these strange hashish things are. But yeah, I would say there's probably like 2 or 3 that are just kind of alone, either reading and smoking, just kind of smoking and aimlessly looking.
Do I know enough about Wanti physiology or anything to notice if any of them look particularly dumb as well as smoking the hashish by themselves?
You can roll me an insight check, but I'm not gonna lie to you, it's gonna be a tough one. Yeah, you have no real discernible way. Like you can make some guesses, but they're pretty uneducated.
Hmm. I pop back into the room and ask because the spell lasts for a full day, I think, or 30 days. So if I cast it now, then we take a long rest, then I replenish that spell slot. But
So 29 days.
yeah. Hey, should I cast the spell now and plant the seed?
Not
No.
here in front of everyone. We'll
I
have to like.
don't really
I'd
know if it
rather
has
Elliot.
a visual component.
You know better than I do. I don't know shit about this.
Let's take a look.
I have never used this spell in my life.
Halbjorn is busy creating a simulacrum with all of the mud in the room.
Yes, very focused. Right now, the mud is in a maybe 1 foot pile. As
Yeah,
you're
it's
trying
just
to
like a
coalesce
blob.
it. You, Jar, you would know even without casting it, I guess just through inherent knowledge, that Gase has only a vocal component. You're gonna have to say a magic incantation out loud, but there's no visual, nothing like that.
Dude, they're all high. They're not gonna know what's going on.
Yeah, can it be any verbal component that I want? Can I say Seklazasathos?
We don't like really play this way. I'm imagining more of like a Raven from Teen Titans
Sure.
kind of deal, where
Sure.
more Harry Potter, where you're
Yeah,
where
that's
you
it.
have like a command kind of.
Pick
All
your
right.
wins.
I'm gonna Aslos, come with me.
All right.
And since it came up, I feel beholden to tell you, you do have to say it. You can't whisper it. Like it has to be you can't be like it has to. You have to say it.
What time is it outside?
Your guess would probably be like 9 or so, 9 p.m.
Are the shops still open?
That you would not know.
So,
What are you doing?
well, I'm just debating if we should plant the seed tonight
Oh, we should.
and find an unassuming target to use.
Yeah, come on. Me and you can find one. We have like we'll just spend an hour doing it, and if we can't find it, we'll just
I
do
don't
it
like the
tomorrow.
idea, y'all. Fael's definitely like, I don't like the idea. There's 2 y'all doing that on your own, though. Either
Fael, then you come with us. That's the best part of this whole thing.
Well, two's company, three's a crowd. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well,
Oh, there's a crowd for sure. I get what you're trying to do.
It's kind of a creepy crowd, but
What does everyone else think? I don't want to go destroy the plan. This extremely awesome convoluted plan that
we can't do it
We're gonna
here.
destroy
It's out of the
anything.
question. So we have to do it somewhere else. And I think the
What are you
lower
talking
the-
about doing it somewhere else?
I mean,
it's insane to try to do it here. I think.
Oh yeah,
Are
no, yeah.
you-
I think so
Well, we
too. I
got
think
this,
tomorrow
guys.
is that
We
we'll
can
wake up
easily
and we'll
do
have the whole day to.
Well,
do it.
if he does it tonight, it's more resources.
Yeah, we
Right.
got this, guys.
I think I can be pretty discreet. I mean, all it is a verbal incantation, and if I sit down with somebody who's high enough in this bar over here,
Yeah, just send the Worm Clan, and the Worm Clan's got it covered. Don't worry. You got a Worm Clan promise. We're a major clan now, just so you know.
I didn't know you were part
It's
of
true.
a clan, Aslos. That's interesting.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah. Yeah,
major
it's a whole,
clan.
Yeah, it's a whole. It's actually the biggest clan in the. It's a long story. But yeah, no.
I put my arm around his waist because that's as high as I can reach our clan.
We got this. Trust us.
Okay.
Does everyone feel okay about that? I don't want to, like I said, I don't.
No, I mean,
just don't fuck up.
Oh, I won't.
I have misgivings, right? As long as you can do it, right? Like, because you can set a time on this thing, right? You can say noon tomorrow, right? Like, we need to establish that.
Don't forget, do it. The people love me.
Yeah.
I didn't forget.
High noon. That's the mark for everything to happen. Let's just say that then. And we'll be at the college at high noon tomorrow. Right. So anybody you talk to tonight, make sure whatever they're doing, you're gonna have to do it now, right? You can't tell them later.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell them at 11 a.m. tomorrow they're to come back to this bar to receive a prisoner transfer and a bag that is to be delivered to the priest of the temple.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only command I'm going to give.
Wait, now we're doing this in the temple?
No, he has to crush it too.
He's going to crush it. He's going to crush it too.
We got this.
And he's got to crush it thoroughly. Because he's going to put
crush it at the feet of the priest, the high priest.
Okay, so come.
Are we doing this at the temple?
Yeah, where are we doing?
I thought so. Where are we doing?
I thought we were doing it out where the people got sacrificed, because that's where the crowd gathers.
That's the same.
I don't know if it's gonna happen for sure tomorrow, right? We're gonna make a scene anyways where it happens.
Oh yeah, we'll make a scene.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm on board.
Yeah, if we're gonna say a certain, because you have to tell this guy a certain time, right? Like you can't just say whenever, right?
Because we
want to be in the college when he does it. So
right.
therefore, we can't wait for a sacrifice. The temple seems like the way to go.
Do we want to have him meet us outside the city limit, like the gate?
No.
It's going to be suspicious if we just say, "Hey, look, can you take this this prisoner and escort him from this slot pile that we've been sleeping in for the last 2 nights?"
Yeah, that's true.
But we're all
maybe
not
outside
of here off this plane.
Inside
town with a prisoner without like immediately having to talk to guards.
Yeah,
and stuff.
but here's the thing too. It doesn't really matter because like we're just gonna we're leaving here, so
okay.
Like, who cares if we're suspicious, you know?
Come here tomorrow at 9 noon to receive a prisoner transport. Take prisoner transport
and a bag of great importance.
And bag of great importance. Take straight to temple and destroy.
Yeah, no, just step on the bag, which has great significant meaning.
Bag.
Or crush the bag somehow. I don't know.
Priest's feet.
Yep.
And if no result, attempt.
If he fails, he takes psychic damage, so he's getting a result either way.
Priest. And if no result, attempt to stab.
No, just afterwards, not
for
not
heresy.
Just say afterwards, not if no result.
Yeah, afterwards, regardless if a demon comes out.
Afterwards, attempt to stab priest on charges.
I can't wait to summon a demon and completely ruin the entire campaign, and we don't have to worry a single lick about the Wanti.
Well,
we
it's
have.
not like
What happens when we summon?
Yeah,
what happens when we summon 2D?
Yeah, they're baby demons.
It's a Yoklol and a
I mean, there's an 80% chance.
But it's not Baphomet. It's not like it's not like a demon.
It's not
lord.
Like god demons.
No.
Okay.
It's like a lesser demon that like could go and fuck him up a little bit, basically.
Good.
Might even die from the fireball.
I do have a question.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that would be tragic. Well, hopefully wherever they get spawned is not close enough. Because he's going to run straight into the crowd and just cast fireball onto a group and then blow up.
Question, am I still doing my spell or no?
It's gonna work. Yeah, that's what we still gotta talk about that. But if y'all gonna, there's the second geese. Or
sympathy. So no,
I thought
sympathy was
the attractor.
The attractor.
Yeah, it could either be the attractor or the.
It'll be 20 minutes. It'll be like 20 minutes away. It'll be like 20 minutes away if you're trying to do.
We want them to be drawn into what's going on.
Yeah. Well, what Fahil said was kind of smart too, is that we can ensure that no one's in the college. We can make them leave the college.
You gotta have a secondary. My only deal is because if he does that, I don't know magic, but you got to be pretty close to do it. So you'll be 20 minutes away to gather more people to a spectacle that we've already created. We've already created that one spectacle. Maybe you could use that at the college. Is what my point is.
I think we want to be as inconspicuous as possible at the college because we don't want there to be.
Yeah, and
any
the sympathy
kind of...
is and the sympathy is that it is the sympathy is on their own accord they're going en masse want to go look at whatever the thing's going on, right? But it's got to be something they can see.
Oh, I can make an illusion. Do I have like all kinds of crazy illusions I can?
We could put it like the street over from the college where the front guards can see it, and try to get as many people to see it with us, and we'll get them all to see it. Right?
As a master illusionist, I can make some things tangible within illusions. So they could like interact with
That's pretty cool.
So I could do.
So couldn't you just like instead of going through all the work for a simulacrum, couldn't you just like make minor illusions to do all the shit?
It wouldn't do any actual damage.
Well, but like crush the thing, right? Wouldn't it be able to do that if it can be tangible? Okay.
Not a minor illusion.
Yeah, you can't.
Well, major maybe, but like.
So Jaryu, you and Azos are about to leave to go to the tavern itself. Is that correct?
Yeah, but I might want to ask Fahil if she would join. Fahil, would you join us, because I want to be able to have some clue about a wisdom score.
Yeah, no, I can go.
And then we'll just act like we're out-of-towners, looking to do it up for a night. And we'll find some unassuming, unsuspecting dummy of a Wanti.
Great.
Hey.
I look back at the guys and go, y'all are going to figure out what the college. Y'all figure out the college part.
Okay.
Yep. And the three of you head out from your pit. As you head upstairs, you can kind of hear the whispers of the tavern. I think that the atmosphere of this pub would be a little unsettling, unlike the taverns that you're used to, which are filled with music and laughter, drinking and talking. This Wanti quote-unquote tavern is eerily quiet. Wanti are kind of just glazed over without speaking to one another. It's kind of like those sad videos you see where you go to like a homeless camp and they're all methed out and no one is really familiar with reality. It's kind of like that. They're all just kind of zombified. There's no music playing, there's no laughter. Like everything else in Wanti society that you've encountered so far, it is just distinctly alien and noticeably cold. And so as the group of you head up, the bartender definitely notices you. I say bartender loosely, but they don't really pay much of a mind to you as the three of you kind of scan the tavern room itself. Like I described to you earlier, Jaryu, you can see several groupings of Wanti that are sitting on the big bean bags on the floor around a large apparatus and pipe. But you can also see several Wanti that are here by themselves with much smaller pipes. There are probably 3 Wanti that are alone.
I walk up to one of them, none in particular.
And as you approach the closest one, you watch as the Wanti kind of comes to as you walk over. And you can see that the glazed over look that they have is partially because their third eyelids are raised. As he walks over to you, you watch him come to slightly, sober up a little bit, and lower his third eyelids, kind of revealing his eyes better and removing that hazy look that they have. and you watch as he flicks his tongue at you.
I flick my tongue back.
May I help you?
Yes, friend. We're looking for a night out. We're new in town.
Well,
What do you recommend?
well, you have found a nice place for Hethgos.
Yes, any other fun besides Hethgos?
And you watch as he pulls out a small pocket watch to check the time. You have missed the daily ritual, but fear not, for tomorrow there will be another. There is a pleasant brothel down the road. Should you be interested?
I discreetly look over at Fayul and flick my tongue at him and ask him to do his thing with the score here. Check this guy out.
Yeah, I'm spamming it. It takes like a minute. I just need a minute of talking or them
Yeah.
talking.
You're examining him while the conversation is happening.
Okay.
And
okay. So I need to keep talking. A brothel, you say?
Brothel?
yes, several in the city. All types.
Yeah, and I'm thinking, and I'm like, I really don't know people's wisdom at all.
And
you can't do wisdom. The fuck?
you are trying to discern, Fayul, how wise this one T might be, and you realize the problem. With strength or dexterity, this can be physically assessed, but you have no grasp of 1T culture to know. Strength is universal. Exactly.
Yeah.
Wisdom is relative.
Yeah. And I just give him the look. Yeah, I'll give him the look like, I don't know, flick tongue once and then twice.
From where are you visiting?
We have ventured from Ocaria.
2 flicks of the tongue. Oh, how humiliating.
Yes, we are most ashamed.
Yes, carry this shame with you.
Yes, to the brothel. I will carry this shame. And coin.
Will you join us? I'm flicking my tongue back at him.
And he pauses for a moment to consider your offer.
I kind of opened my bag of like all the canoe currency I got. I said, we could have some real fun.
And he eyes your coinage as you kind of open your bag slightly, and the glint of the polished gold reflects in the dim light of the tavern. Jaryu, I see that you rolled a nature check. What are you trying to?
Because internally, I'm pretty sure that like Wanti are like agender.
Mm-hmm.
So what's a Wanti brothel like? These are the thoughts going in my head right now.
Sure. And you kind of try to extract more information in this conversation, perhaps, but you're having a tough time. You're right. You might be surprised to hear brothel. And when the 1T sees the gold glint in your bag, you watch as he blinks his third eyelid, and I'll show you what I rolled. And you watch as he slowly rises. And he's also a Melason. You can see that his chest and shoulders and head are firmly serpentine, and the lower half of his body becomes human. And you watch as he pulls out several Zayslas and places them on the table for his pipe. Yes, I would enjoy hearing your tales of Ocaria. Let us go.
I know the best way to get there. And then I immediately take him out and I like slowly, lead him around like an alley or something.
Bayil, Jaryu, do you come as well?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we have to. Although we are newcomers to the town, but we know the best way.
It's fine.
Yeah, I'll come back. Like, I'll stay some distance, but I'll go out. Yeah, I'll keep.
Yeah. No, I'm going with them.
Walk outside. I'll try to be like not with them, but in eye shot.
Yeah, a little behind. And as the group of you head outside and walk through the hot city, as you turn to one of the alleyways, Aslos, your new friend flickers his tongue and says, "This is a poor route to a brothel."
And then I kind of look over and I start flicking my tongue. You know I'm from Ocaria. I can't be seen out in the public streets where disgraces. You know this. We have to go through the alleyways.
Roll me a persuasion check.
Oh.
And the Wanty does not flicker his tongue.
I flicker my tongue.
The
And then,
Wanty notices this.
Do I see him hesitate at all? Like, do I see any form of
Yes,
hesitation?
he stops and does not move further.
We will go your way. But
We are in the darkness.
I will pay. Don't worry.
You are most gracious. And he begins to lead you down one of the main roads as the four of you travel to a Wanty brothel.
Uh-oh.
And this is where we'll end tonight. Because it's a good point.
I'm pretty sure
What
I
a
have a
quagmire.
stone. Pyle's got a stone, right? Oh, Jesus.
David's got to create some Yanti dancers and shit now.
It's about to get so
that'd be
hot.
Sexy, David. Yeah,
Female manager.
Finally, our
David, I
sexy
expect AI
session.
images of this.
Yeah, it took us 4 years to get to a brothel.
It took us 4 years. Jeez.
Because like,
And we
don't
finally made it.
like
If
don't
we
like
tried to even
snakes
go
get
around,
together
don't
and
go there.
big balls in order to mate. Don't they
Didn't want to
create,
do it, dude.
That's awesome.
Drew tried
Oh,
to skirt around. From going
GG's,
through it.
guys.
Yeah, y'all gonna get for a
GG's.
treat.
Thanks, David.
GG's,
Thank you,
guys.
David.
GG's, y'all.
Yeah, no worries. I'll talk to
See
you
y'all.
later.